Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Power Rankings. It is week 9 on the season. I am running out of fingers. I'm your commissioner, Nick, and I'm also general manager of Not That Team Pal, and let me tell you, I might just be that team pal because I am a fantasy football stud. And don't you forget it, former 3-time champion. I'm coming for number 4 this year. I'm on a 3-1 run right now. Vibes are high, let me tell you that. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. We still have another episode of the rankings here. We got a new stat on everyone's slide, so pay attention to that. I hope you find it interesting. We got a great guest on the show this week, and without further ado, let's get into those rankings. Number 12. When Legends Rise. Frank's team stays in the basement another week after a gut-wrenching loss to Luke, making that 4 in a row. David Montgomery fumbled this one away, scoring just 8.5 points, and the Tyquan Thornton desperation play failed miserably as he only caught one pass for 13 yards. But the real difference this week was Amari Cooper throwing an interception on Monday Night Football. Frank's now 2-6, and his playoff chances are on life support. As you can see, I added a stat for teams' record versus the median, or middle of the league scoring, and this week, Frank finally scored more points than half the league, so he's 1-7 versus the median. Number 11. Team Lance 2.0. Cam's team drops one spot after losing his league-leading 5th game in a row. Most of the squad actually performed well, including Kyler Murray's big 28-point performance, and Jacoby Michael Myers had a big game on the bench. Meanwhile, George Pumpkin Pickens and Miami's defense both had goose eggs, and Cam made the bold decision not to start a kicker since Harrison Butker was on the bye. You gotta question that decision, and that's a move that has the commissioner's attention going forward. Number 10. Beans Pride Parade. Beans got run over by Jerry this week, but still moves up a spot in the rankings as his team has played more respectable than the other two teams over the past month. The Cowboys' defense stepped up, making 4 sacks and recovered a fumble for a touchdown in their revenge game against Jerry, but it wasn't nearly enough to keep up with Jerry's offense. Now 2-6 on the season, Beans' playoff chances aren't looking good. Need to turn it around quickly. Number 9. Harambe Olave Javante Deontay. Oliver's team drops 2 spots as they return to their losing ways and got blown out by the commissioner. Travis Etienne got all the bloody work in London, and CD Silence of the Lamb had a scary good game this week, but again, it wasn't enough to keep pace with my team. Oliver said he was coming for the league last week, but he proved to be a liar Michael Kadire as he has now lost 5 out of his last 6 games, putting his playoff streak in serious jeopardy. Number 8. What a waste of time and money. Brad had a bad week as he saw his 3-game winning streak snapped by Dan and lost his star receiver Jamar Chase for the next month or so. Kyle Pitts or Treats did a nice job filling in at tight end this week, scoring 19 points. But anytime you have to start sexy Rexy Burkhead, you know your team is in trouble, as he only scored 1.2 points. Things were starting to look up for Brad, but his 3-week joyride is over, and it's back to the dumps for this team. Number 7. Not That Team Pal. Whoa, baby, my team got a huge win this week, putting up 191 points, the most points by any team in a single matchup all season. Alvin Super Camario and Tony Hollard each had a hat trick, scoring 3 touchdowns and combining for 76.5 points. Jalen Hurts so good, added 4 touchdowns, and how about DJ Moore? 6 catches, 152 yards, and a touchdown. What a game for the squad. 3-1 in our last 4 games, and I just hope we save some points for next week's matchup. Number 6. Poppy's prized possession. Brophy's team moves up 2 spots in the rankings with a big win over Cam this week. Most of the team contributed nicely, but A.J. Brown went off for 3 touchdowns and 39.6 points. Now 4-4 on the year, Brophy is right in the middle of the rankings, and I don't think this team has played their best yet. Big matchup this week. Let's see if they can stay in the playoff picture. Number 5. The Process. Ryan came up short in the game of the week against Hunter and drops 1 spot in the rankings. Daniel Jones was exposed at quarterback, scoring just 6.5 points, and once again got very limited production from the running backs. He traded for Chuba Hubbard last night to try to address this, and it needs to work. Ryan has now gone 3 straight weeks without scoring 90 points as a team. Is this the most overrated team in the league right now? People are asking. Number 4. Nobody's daddy. Wah wah wee wah. Hunter moves up 2 spots as he celebrated his birthday with a big win in the game of the week over Ryan. Lamar Jackson led the way with 23 points on Thursday night, the most points he's scored in a month now. And he picked up a good time to do so because the rest of this team was very subpar. Jonathan Taylor's struggles continued, and Devontae Adams only had 1 catch for 3 yards. This is another team struggling to score right now, averaging under 100 points per game in the last 5 weeks. Number 3. Quantum Cheeseburger. Jerry's team tied their franchise record winning streak with their 3rd win in a row. Ramonster Stevenson and Tyreek Hill helped Jerry murder Beans this week. DeAndre Hopkins has stepped right in off the suspension and given Jerry the best wide receiver trio in the league. He now has the 2nd highest playoff chances in the league, even higher than his former daddy Hunter. I don't think Jerry knows how to feel right now. He's never had a team look this good. Number 2. Team Never Lucky. Dan's team returned to the win column this week after easily defeating Brad. Stephon Diggs had a big 22-point performance, and Kirk Cousins enjoyed playing at 1 o'clock this week, scoring 25 points. Not to mention, the Patriots defense had Zach Wilson seeing ghosts as they made 3 interceptions. Kudos to Dan for not dwelling on the first loss of the season last week and keeping this championship caliber team on track. And number 1, King of the Higgins V3. Luke's team stays atop the rankings with another win this week, making that 5 in a row now. Josh Allen and Josh Jacobs had a bit of a down week, but picked up by Christian McCaffrey, who hit for the cycle this week as he rushed, caught, and even threw a touchdown this week, scoring 41 points. 0-3 Luke seems like a distant memory at this point. Good luck facing this team if Allen and McCaffrey are both on their game. And let's move on to my commissioner picks. I went 4-2 with my picks last week. Here are our matchups. We've got When Legends Rise taking on Team Lance 2.0. I'm going to take my dad's team to snap out of it. These are 2 of the coldest teams in the league right here. What a waste of time and money taking on the process. I'm taking Ryan's team. I think his running backs, he finds a way to make it work, and they get the win. Beans Pride Parade taking on Team Never Lucky. I'm taking Dan's team to move to 8-1. And then our next matchup, Not That Team Pal taking on Nobody's Daddy. Hunter, I'm sorry. I'm taking my team right now. I'm red hot. And your team is kind of cold right now. Harambe's Olave Javante Deontay taking on King of the Higgins V3. I'm taking Luke's team to keep the hot streak going for win number 6 in a row. And in the game of the week, we've got Poppy's Prize Possession taking on Quantum Cheeseburger. It's the 5th annual battle of Keo 130 between these 2 former roommates. Brophy has owned this matchup historically as he has never lost to Jerry before, but this is a different Jerry team this year. They enter on a career-high 3-game winning streak and look poised to make their first playoff appearance in bad company history. Brophy has a strong running game with Mixon, Fournette, and Mostert, and Jerry's Dolphins should do well against a weak Bears team, but this one's going to come down to Jerry not having the Muth at tight end this week, and because of the bye, you got to follow Oliver's wise words here when taking Jerry in a primetime game. You just can't do it. You can't do it. I'm taking Poppy's Prize Possession in a points bonanza. This one's going to hit the over, smash the over. Lots of points in this one coming up, but I'm taking Poppy to come out on top. And moving on to Around the League, we've got a very special guest this week trying to hype up his big Super Bowl-esque matchup this week. It's General Manager of Poppy's Prize Possession, Anthony Brophy.
Hello everyone, it is Anthony Brophy, owner and general manager of Poppy's Prize Possession. I got a big week coming up this week against my old roommate, the Jerry Dolphins. I think historically I have yet to lose to Jerry, and I think this year is going to be the biggest test yet. He's got a really good team with Waddle and Hill, but I just don't think that there's any chance that I'm going to lose to him. You know, I have an undefeated record against him. And the team is going to play for me. They know I want to beat Jerry, and that's what I'm going to do. It's been my mission all year to beat him and to stay undefeated against him. And, you know, Jerry, you're going down this week, and that's all I have to say.
And that's all the time I got for you this week. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Have a great week, everyone.